you so much for tuning in to my YouTube channel. I have something so interesting that I'm going to talk about today. So, as you can see in the title below, I'm going to be talking about what it's like not being a virgin anymore. So, what it's like not being a virgin anymore. It's definitely very, very different. It's very different, and I feel way more emotionally connected with my husband than I've ever been before. I definitely feel way more in love with him than I've ever felt before. Like most people don't know, but before John and I actually got married, we made a vow to the Lord and a vow to each other not to kiss or not to be sexually intimate before we get married. And we saved our first kiss for the altar. So before I definitely had so much love for John, even before I was so in love with him. But when you actually are affectionate and you're kissing and you're way more like in tune with the person, it's definitely way deeper, and you feel way more in love with them. I will and I can say that now I understand why God tells us not to have sex before we get married, because you definitely feel super connected and in love with that person. You definitely become super close with that person, and you care about them very, very deeply. And so I think that's why, I understand why. I just think back and I imagine, like, had I been with the people who actually had approached me before my husband, and they approached me inappropriately and had desires to be intimate with me, I just think, like, man, I am so grateful to God that I did not end up with them and that I did not give my something so valuable to any of those people. And so I'm just really grateful. I'm so glad that I said, no, I'm not going to be intimate with you, and I'm going to be intimate with the person that I marry. And so, but it's been amazing. On the bright side, I will say your husband is a lot more happier, and he's just easier to be around when you're more affectionate with each other. It's just kind of just how it is. Guys, they just like their pie. They just like a piece of pie in the morning. So with that being said, it's just they're definitely a lot easier to be around there, and they're so they're just a lot easier to be around. Another thing that I've learned since being more affectionate with my husband is that I've learned that it's a totally different level of intimacy. The best thing that I can really compare it to is I can compare it to when we worship God. Like, for me, that's how it feels. When I worship God, it's not the same thing because your husband is not God, but it's a similar kind of love for some reason. It's just very, very similar. I don't know why, but when I worship God, I give him everything. I don't know about you, but me personally, I just pour my whole heart out to God, and I'm just like, God, I love you so much, and you just mean everything to me, and I don't want to live life without you. When you're being intimate, or once you're intimate with that person, all of those thoughts come to mind. Not in a way like they're God, don't get me wrong, but in a way where it's like, man, I'm so in love. Like, this person, I can't fall any more in love with them than I am now, because this level is so deep, and the deepest way of showing the person that you love them. And the reason why I'm talking about this, because I feel like lots of Christian girls, they feel like it's bad to have sex. It's actually not bad. It's actually a really, really good thing, and God honors us for being intimate with each other. If anything, God gets excited when you're intimate with the person that he wants you to be with, and it's inside of marriage, because that's what he wants. It was created for marriage. You know what I mean? And so I think a lot of people sometimes, especially when you're a Christian, you feel fearful, like, man, I feel like it's a bad thing, you know what I mean? That I'm being intimate with my husband when it's actually a really good thing. You know, I will say when I first got married to my husband and we first kissed on the altar, I remember feeling so bad. And I'm like, why do I feel bad right now? Like, and it wasn't bad in a way like, man, I just messed up. Like, I cannot believe I'm doing this, you know? And I had to learn and tell myself that this is a good thing, you know, because for so long I had told myself this is a bad thing, this is something you don't need to do, this is something that you really, it is just wrong, but you can't do it until you're married. And now I'm married, I'm like, oh my gosh, you know. And so just spending time with God and talking to people who are experienced in those areas, who are saved and who can speak and pour into your life, it really personally helped me. And so I was just like, it just made me feel so much better, and it just let me know that it is okay, you know. It's a blessing to be intimate and to be physical and to be affectionate with a person that you love, you know. And so it's definitely something that I will say is, it's very enjoyable, and I'm very grateful for it because I'm able to connect with my husband in a deeper way, and just seeing him in a way that I had never seen him before. And so yeah, that's pretty much my experience on that. I know y'all clicked on this because y'all thought I was gonna go into detail and y'all wanted to be nosy and y'all wanted to know all my business, but nope, not telling you all that. The most important thing is that when you value something, you keep it private. You don't tell everybody your business. You can probably tell somebody who's like your parent or your covering or your pastor or somebody who you really trust, or your counselor or your therapist. But other than that, don't be telling people your business. That's how stuff get, you know, the enemy try to get in your marriage and stuff. Yeah, I can't tell y'all my business. But anyway, thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And if you guys have anything that you want to see, any like content or anything that you think would really be interesting, comment down below and let me know. And I'll read it and I'll see if I'm going to make a video about it. So other than that, thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube channel, and you guys have an awesome and an amazing day.